mahogany tint on the skin. I feel like a 10 out of 10. If you hearing it, got in the plan. If not, then somebody been watching the kid.
So today I'm reviewing the Steam Gel Remover Machine. I got this off of Amazon. I really want to see if this would be a better option for me when it came to removing my polygel nails. Normally, the way I remove them is kind of like how they do at the salon sometimes when you have on acrylic nails. I use a plastic nail to try to get underneath the polygel and kind of push it through just to detach it. But that can be painful sometimes and a little abrasive. So I wanted to test this out to see if this was a better option. So it came with all of these parts that I'm showing you here. Those 2 cups are where you would put the acetone in. And the cup sits inside of the machine and it creates steam. So you don't have to actually put your hand and your fingers inside of the acetone. The steam itself removes the polygel. So the cup just sits inside of there, and then your hands go into that part there and you wait for it to process. So one of my hands does not have nails on it because I removed them with the by means of how I normally do it, which is using a plastic nail and getting under there and removing the polygel. So I'm going to try this other method on my other hand. My nails are applied by means of the Lazy Girl method. So there is a gel nail on top of the polygel application. Like if you're familiar with that method, you know what I'm talking about. So I'm interested to see how this is going to work because I would imagine if you're using plastic nails for the Lazy Girl method, that could be an issue. But I use gel nails, and from my understanding, you're supposed to use gel nails for that method. I've never tried it with plastic. I don't imagine that it will work though. So I'm just showing you guys the inside of the machine. It doesn't require a lot of liquid at all. But what I did with my thumb is I trimmed it down. So I'm going to do that with my other nails now to try to get off as much as the polygel as I can before using the machine. So I'm just trimming off the bulk of the nail. Like I said, I already did it for my thumbnail. So I'm going to do the others and then I'll come back. I don't know what I'm talking about in this clip. There's no telling. But yeah, I'm going to start putting everything together, and it does require that you plug it in for it to be used. It is not battery operated, but the cord is pretty long, so I was happy about that. Like I didn't have to use an extension cord or anything. I was able to get it into the socket. So yeah, I will go ahead and get everything set up and then I'll be back. So I'm just going to show you guys, I'm using this soak off acetone. I got it off of Amazon. I got it because it said it was coconut. I'm assuming they meant by fragrance of coconut, even though I really didn't smell any coconut in it. But based off the reviews, it is not supposed to be as harsh as regular acetone, but you do need acetone. I don't think that this method works with regular nail polish remover. So this is an acetone, and you're supposed to fill it to the 5 ml line. So I'm just looking for that. Or is it 50? I can't remember. I'll put all the instructions in the description. But that is all you need right there. And of course, I spilled some. So that's all you need. And then you actually have to turn the machine on and let it warm up. So it goes through 2 phases. You power it on, so you can see the red light come on, lets you know that it's powered on. When the light turns green, that means that the steam is ready and you can start steaming the nails off. And then there is another light that I believe is orange or like an amber color, and that is the warm light. And you can still steam your nails when the warm light is on. See, there's the green light, so that lets me know that it is time. And it took me about 2.5 minutes to get it to the green light. So, or for the machine to get to the green light. So I'm going to soak here. Now I will tell you guys, I did this a couple of times and I kind of timed it to see how long it would take for the steam process to stop and for it to change over to the warm process. And it took about 8 minutes. Now I know 8 minutes of steaming it was not going to be enough, but I did start to see, you know, some softening of it. But I went through this process several times, so I'm going to let you guys watch all the clips of that. But you can see, like, those gel nails I used for the polygel, for the lazy girl method, you can see them kind of like softening up a bit. So yep, it's coming right on off, which I was happy about because I didn't want to file as much. I just wanted to see if I could get away with just using steam and then maybe filing at the end. And I was able to do that with this machine. So I'll let you guys see that. So this is the second time that I went through the steaming process, and it was about the same amount of time, it was between 7 to 10 minutes, and you can see it's really softening up. I can, you know, get under the main application of that polygel and hopefully just scrape it off. So I'll let you guys watch that part and I will be back. So here are the results after my third steam. I'm just showing you, it's definitely softening up a lot more at this point. So I knew I would probably have to do a couple more steams, and overall this process, I want to say it took probably like an hour in total. And that's this is from the fourth application, or the fourth steam I should say. I'm gonna go back in for the fifth time, and this is after the fifth. And at this point I feel comfortable to start scraping off some of that top layer of polygel. At that point most of the gel nail had already come off. So it's just a matter of getting that, bottom layer where the bulk of the polygel was. So I'm just gonna scrape what I can off, and then I'm gonna go back in for a sixth application, or I keep saying application, I mean a sixth steam, the sixth time of me steaming the nails off. Now, really, at this point, I felt like it was soft enough to where I could file off the rest. But like with testing this, I just wanted to see how well it did. And as you can see, it didn't hardly use that much acetone. Like I barely put any in there to begin with, and it didn't use a whole lot. So I really like that it helps save on the amount of acetone, because normally oh yeah, here's me bringing it up from the 7th time, and I think that last go round I kept it in for like 7 or 8 minutes. Like each time I did it like between 7 to 10 minutes, and then at that point, as you can see, most of it had come off, and I'm out of frame for some reason, but I'm just showing you guys. It is really soft. It can be peeled off at that point. I was just scraping it off, getting off what I could before I had to file, and it's just pieces of polygel just coming off, so I was happy about that. Now, what I was saying is, because you can only do one hand at a time, this would probably be like a 2-hour process, maybe a little over 2 hours. So I guess it just depends on your preference. There's other ways to remove polygel nails. I just wanted to give this method a try. It doesn't hurt like the other way that I remove my nails typically. And I'm gonna try some other methods, but I think I could see myself using this again. I had a lot of polygel on my nails, like a lot, because I used the lazy girl method, and I wanted my nails to be kind of thicker this go around. But I am doing a new set, so I'm gonna test it again with my new set. And I'm not going to use as much polygel in that application, and we'll see how long it takes. But yeah, the bulk of it is off. I'm just filing off the rest, and that is it. So if you guys enjoyed this video, definitely make sure you subscribe and leave a comment down below, and I will link this machine in the description.
Mahogany tint on the skin, I feel like a 10 out of 10. If you hearing it, got in the plan. If not, then somebody been watching the kid.